Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we have a comparison between the two Iron Man action figures by Bandai SH Figuarts. So both of these are from the Avengers Endgame line. The one on the left is the Iron Man Mark 50 Nano Weapon Set 2 and the one on the right is the latest release, the Mark 85. Of course you can check the full unboxings and reviews in the links in the description below, but today's video is a quick side-by-side comparison. We compare the boxes, the accessories, the overall look and my overall opinion. So first we can see the one on the left is the Mark 50 and this is in a much darker red. You can see here, if you take a closer look, much darker red, darker gold, and overall it's the Nano Weapon Set suit. And then the one on the right is the classic look from the Endgame line, of course, the gold arms, gold legs and the slightly lighter red, I think. And of course everyone has their own preferences. If you prefer a nano weapon set, you'll choose this one. This was much more expensive. First of all, we're talking about Hong Kong dollars here because this is where I bought them from. The nano weapon set was around 850 Hong Kong dollars, and then the 85 is actually around 630, so it's actually around $200 cheaper. The two boxes, or at least the plastic inside with all the accessories, you can see the Mark 50 has all of these accessories. And then the one on the right, this is the Mark 50, only some interchangeable hands and blaster effects. So I just want to show you, this is of course the figure right out of the box. You can see the back piece, then we have some shoulder pads, and there's plenty of things you can actually remove from this figure. So I'm going to do this now. I'm going to carefully do it because I know a lot of people on my previous Iron Man video were saying that I was handling the figures too rough and I was handling them like the Legends figures. So I'm going to take off the back piece and then of course take off the shoulder pads, and then you can also take off the thigh pads as well, which I'm not going to do at the moment. I'm just going to replace the back piece first. So there are two pieces to replace, and then we have some shoulder pads as well, which I won't put on at the moment because you can watch it in the full review. So this is how the two figures look side by side, and based on the way I look at them, they're actually very similar. Of course the suits are different, but in terms of the size, the height, and even the weight, very similar. You can see that they are pretty much the same figures. And one thing other people asked on my Mark 85 video was whether the accessories were compatible. And I'm going to say yes. So if we just take the Mark 85 and take some of the blaster effects from the Mark 50, and there is no problem putting them in because of course it's the same way the figures are built. And you can see that these are much darker blue in comparison to the one it actually comes with. So there's no problem with inserting the accessories, and just to confirm, I'll take pieces from the Mark 85 and place it in the Mark 50. So yeah, you can see that they are compatible with each other, and of course the hands should be compatible, but I'll just show you one of them. I'll take a piece from the Mark 50. So yep, the hands do fit of course, but I don't see any reason why you would do this because they're actually different colors, different patterns. Yeah, there's really no point in really changing the arms around. Course there you can see it fits perfectly. You can see that, for example, this is a piece for the Mark 50, the nano weapons set. These would definitely not fit the 85 because there is no back pieces to remove. You can't really place them onto that figure. And then it's the same for the thighs as well as the arm launchers. They only fit for the Mark 50. So we're going to now take a look at the heads. Some people will say, can you change the heads? I'll try that for you. And again, there's probably no point in doing it because they're totally different helmets. So you can just take a closer look. They're actually different helmets. And then we're going to take a look at the articulation, which I have done, and some people weren't too pleased the way I was articulating the figures. I was going too rough, but it's actually the same more or less in terms of articulation. You will get the full head turn, which is the 360. They do tilt down like that, tilt upwards, and then for the arms you can see they more or less stretch. They can go upwards and then they go all the way around, of course. And then we got the elbow bends, and then let's take a look at the actual hands. They do the 360 spin, and you can actually tilt it slightly upwards. It's not that much. Yeah. As for the body, they do the full 360 spin on the top, and then the bottom, get the ab crunch like this, bends all the way back. Again, I'm not very good at doing these articulation. If you want the figure, you can play around with it, but it's basically more or less your standard SH Figuarts articulation. If you've been buying SH Figuarts, you'll know what type of articulation they have. Same with the foot, it's the usual bends. Same with the front as well. Same with the Mark 50, you can go forwards, backwards. These are really good for the flight poses. And then the arms, this is actually more complicated because there are shoulder pads, so they do actually come off once you move the arms. So you're going to have to take off the shoulder pads first before you do the full articulation properly. And again, it's more or less the same, the full twist, full turns. Get the bends, get the 360 spins on the arm. They can be pushed slightly upwards, slightly downwards, not too much. And same for the abs, they can be bent like this, bent backwards. They do turn side to side slightly. Anyway, this one is probably not as flexible as the other one for some reason. And then the legs, again, it's just your standard legs. You can go forwards, backwards, round, wide. You get the bends. Again, because this is a nano weapon set, the knee pads actually come off quite easily, so you gotta be careful like that. And yeah, you just really can do these in different poses really, and that's what I really like about SH Figuarts, is the amount of articulation you get. Which one do you actually prefer? Some people of course want to pay extra money and get the full nano weapon set, but if you already have the Infinity War one, I'm not too sure whether you want to get this one as well, because it's more or less the same accessories. This one of course is the Mark 85, the classic look from the Endgame battle, the final battle of Thanos, and some people just like it. It is much cheaper and of course way less accessories, so it depends what you prefer. If I had to pick one and I could only buy one, I'll probably choose the Mark 85 because I just like the classic look. So overall, I really like both of these Iron Man action figures, definitely worth the prices. Some do prefer the Mark 85, some do prefer the Mark 50. If you already have the Infinity War nano weapon set, would you still go for this one? Because it's more or less the same suit, same accessories. Now for the 85, I really like it. It's the classic look from the final battle. I'll probably end up choosing this one if I can only pick one. Of course, both of these figures could have had an extra head sculpt, such as a Battle Damage or a Tony Stark one. There's also no stand for both of these either. So if they actually stepped up their game and added all those accessories, this would have been a really good figure. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you check the links in the description below for the full review of both of these action figures. Thanks for watching and see you next time.